Hello everyone. My name is Sanket Jain. Welcome to Psyche Simplified. Today we have very special guest with all of us. All of you are already familiar with her, Anushtha Kalia. She got highest mark in psychology optional this year, 291 marks. She secured 143 rank in UPSC exam this year. So today we will ask some questions related to psychology optional. We will try to go into a detail about her strategy and what are the things which help her to secure this rank. Okay, so first of all, Anushka, thank you very much, and thank you for encouraging the students and motivating the student so that they can prepare for psychology option. And so, how are you feeling right now? Getting 143 rank and highest mark in psychology. How do you feel right now?
So I think first of all, thank you for having me here and having this discussion. And I think first of all, I would like to thank you for your contribution in the marks that I got in psychology.
Okay.
I was having a positive feeling that I may be on the list, but I think I was not expecting this rank. And moreover, I think I knew I had done well in psychology, but I didn't knew that I had done this well in psychology. So it's a bit unexpected.
Okay, great. Anushka, I will ask you a question like a novice, like a student who just wanted to start his or her preparation. So there are some questions which I have collected from our student, and that is their questions. So they want you to answer these questions. So first of all, I want to ask you that what is the main thing which excites you to choose psychology as an optional? Like you are from a different background, you are not from psychology background. What is the main thing that you choose psychology as your option in UPSC?
Yes, sir. As you said that I had never studied psychology before. I have done my bachelor's in BTech in information technology. So at that point of time, actually, I was interested in machine learning and I had done my internships in machine learning, and my job was also of that of a data scientist. So actually, psychology deals with human cognition and human behavior, and machine learning deals with how do you make machines intelligent. So psychology is like one of the roots of machine learning. So I was just interested that probably if I pursue masters in future, I will take psychology as one of the papers. But then when I decided on going for the UPSC journey, I thought that I can probably take psychology right now and learn it.
Okay, great. So now my next question would be that what do you think about the perspective of a student adopting coaching for the psychology? Is it necessary for them to adopt coaching, or we can do with the help of self-study or with the help of basic books, NCERT, Banner, etc.?
So I think that particularly for optional, if you can join a coaching, you should join a coaching, because then you get guidance and customized strategy, so that you spend less effort in designing strategy on what to do, what books to study. But yes, it is not impossible to do without coaching as well. It will require extra effort. It will be more frustrating, but I think it is possible. If you know that what is UPSC expecting and you can plan accordingly, I think it can be achieved.
Okay. So after this, I would like to know that what is your strategy? Like we will divide our strategy into three segments: paper one, paper two, and research method. So I would like to know your strategy for paper one, paper two, and research method, and what are the sources which you follow for these particular segments: paper one, then paper two, and then research method.
Okay. I think for the very basics, I think NCERT is the most important thing. 11th, 12th NCERTs have to be done. Then for paper one, I picked up Barron and Mishra. A lot of people pick up Cicerelli too. I think that's fine, whatever advanced book works for you. And after doing Barron, I picked up Mukul Pathak sir's classroom notes. I think he's very popular in the psychology circle. It is difficult to study from classroom notes only because there's a lot of you have to select things according to the syllabus points, and it requires effort. But I think it is important if you don't have any coaching with you.
Okay.
And for paper 2, I did majorly Swain, and I had also joined crash course at Chrome IS. So so that particular crash course actually helped me understand how to interconnect chapters. And a major portion of paper 1, I was able to add value to paper 1 from that course. And also they had recorded lectures for paper 2. I could not see all the lectures. I was only able to see a couple of lectures after prelims. So for paper 2, mostly I stuck to Swain.
Swain. Okay. Now, having said that, there are some queries among the student that how to consolidate notes for your paper 1 and paper 2. See, Baran is a huge book, Baran and Mishra. Same with the CSE. So, how do you solve these issues of notes making? Like you make crisp notes, or you make a large note for paper 1, paper 2, and you make synopsis of the notes so that you can revise at the time of mains. So, what is your strategy towards notes making of paper 1 and paper 2?
So for note making, I think I had initially in the preparation, I had some this in mind that I will prepare notes so that it is done for once and all. Like it will not be, I will be just filling up notebooks, and it has to be comprehensive. That was what it was in my mind at that time. So I once read the NCERTs, then I went to Baran. While reading Baran, I started creating notes. So now I used to create notes on A4 size sheets, not a notebook. So that, when I'm done with say NCERT and Baran notes, and when I pick up Mukul Pathak sir's notes or any coaching notes, I can add the other topics directly into those notes so that they become comprehensive. Now, once this is done, once you are done with all the material, then you create short notes. So I was able to create short notes for 8 chapters of paper 1, not for others because of less time. But yes, those notes were say 15-16 pages maximum, and they were very comprehensive. So that did really help in revision later on.
Okay. And also there are some portion in our syllabus, in UPSC syllabus, which you cannot find in Baran or in NCERT. So how you tackle those portions? Did you Google search for it or read any other standard books? How you manage those topics?
So so I took help from Mukul Pathak sir's note for some of the topics. For some of the topics, your value addition actually worked for some of them. I particularly remember sensation and perception chapter. And some value addition was also there from Chrome IS crash course. But I believe that, you can find the other topics from some coaching institutes notes, and then you can do internet search. This will not suffice. Only the coaching institutes notes will not suffice. We have to, search on the internet, understand the topics, and then create our notes.
Okay, great. So value addition is very much necessary, which this is what you are saying. We want to write a good answer and a good impactful answer.
Yes.
Okay. So paper 1, paper 2 is done. Now the main chunk is about research method. So student got confused about this particular topic, research method, and topics related to t-test and chi-test. So did you refer any standard books like AK Singh or just Mukul Pathak's notes or any coaching material notes?
So initially I had the same approach for research methods that Mukul Pathak sir's notes I had referred. Later on in Chrome IS crash course, ma'am had taken one lecture. So ultimately I combined the notes that I had already and ma'am's lecture, and that is what I studied for research methods. And I then particularly did the PYQ specifically for research methods, because I knew I did not have much time, but I think PYQs were very important and I had to do them. So I just did that. And I would say I was also fortunate that there were not a lot of questions from research methods in the paper.
Yeah. This time there was very less questions from research method. And you have pointed out very correctly that PYQ is a very good source.
Yes.
If one attempt all the PYQ, previous year questions, then maximum, I think, whole of the paper except 80% paper you can solve with the help of PYQ. Just
Yes, sir.
few questions remains that is out of the box that you can tackle, but 70 to 80% question you can tackle if you attempt the PYQ very well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So great. So we have discussed the strategy for paper one, paper two. Now the main portion. Remains like answer writing portion. So what is your approach for answer writing? Like you write answers on a regular basis, or you start your answer writing after the prelims for the mains perspective, or you join any test series, and how it helped you?
So I was actually already doing answer writing for GS. I had started
Okay.
that early on.
Great.
And I think Chrome has helped there early on. And later
Mhm.
I had joined for GS. I had joined NCERT initiative by Varun Jain. So I was doing answer writing for GS, but I had not done it for psychology before
Okay.
prelims. In the crash course that I had joined just before prelims, I
Hmm.
did attempt some PYQs, but it was not, I would even, there were very less questions that I attempted.
Okay. Hmm.
So the major chunk of answer writing happened post prelims as
Mhm.
part of the test series and as part of
Okay.
the PYQs that I made sure
Hmm.
that I had to solve.
Hmm. Okay.
So that
Okay.
was the area.
Okay. So test series is what you recommend that students should join after prelims or before prelims if they want to practice answer writing.
Definitely. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Okay. So great. Like some students also want to ask that either they should do regular answer writing, like they should write one or two answers on daily basis from the time they start their preparation, or they should completely focus on the completion area on paper and paper two, and then start answer writing after prelims. What should be their approach? Before prelims, one or two answers on daily basis, or write test after prelims or before prelims?
Sir, I think optional requires some knowledge before answer writing. It is not like GS that you
Okay.
can start answer writing side by
Mm-hmm.
side.
Uh-huh.
So I would recommend that you should like do certain chapters. Like if you're done
Okay.
with 2-3 chapters, then you can
Mm-hmm.
start PYQ answer writing or whatever other answer writing that you want to do for
Okay.
optional.
Mm-hmm.
And moreover, it can occur on alternate days, not necessarily daily answer writing, but it
Okay.
does help in understanding how answer writing
Mm-hmm.
goes about. So it is
Uh-huh.
recommended that you do it before prelims. You
Okay.
should start with it, but
Mm-hmm.
so in my case, I did a major chunk after prelims.
After prelims.
I, of course,
Okay.
it will be more helpful if you can do more before prelims.
Before prelims also. Okay. Okay, great. Now, just few questions remaining. How psychology help you in other areas? Like we also said that there is overlap of topics between psychology and ethics. Psychology can also be helpful in essay. So, do you also think the same, or do you think that psychology subject help you to get a good holding on other subjects also?
Sir, I think psychology really helps in ethics and essay, both of them.
Mhm.
This time I scored 130 in essay, which I
Okay.
think for this time is, I think,
Mhm.
little above average.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Definitely.
yes, and I knew only one topic in each section, and that too because like I had psychology as my option.
Okay.
I could
Mhm.
see that I could put in a lot of value in the topic because of psychology.
Okay.
So that is, I think, in essay it helped a lot. In
Hmm.
ethics too, it helps in because psychology is about human behavior, and ethics is essentially about the principles that a society adopts. So there is overlap between these two, and it definitely helps in answer writing.
Okay. Okay, so psychology is very helpful. If you choose it, then it can help you in ethics also, essay also. So,
Yes,
like it is an overall package. It is a good
yes.
optional. So we are clarifying this thing right now. Now, the next thing, what you say, what you think about the current affairs related to psychology? Like many students say that they want value addition. They keep on reading Spark Swain. Everybody is in the Spark Swain for the paper too. Now,
Mm.
if everybody is reading the same thing, writing the same thing, so it might be possible that they won't get enough marks. So, what do you think about the value addition in psychology and the current affairs portion in psychology, and what is the source for it?
So definitely, I think because limited resources are available for psychology, they are increasing, but
Mhm.
as of now they are relatively limited with respect to other optionals. So a lot of students end up with the same material. and
Yes.
value addition hence plays a very important role.
Hmm.
For me, I particularly used PYQs as a source of value addition. So I used
Hmm.
to, while attempting a PYQ, I would think about the question, create my own framework. And then after creating my framework, I mean, ideally, it is recommended to write the answer also but at that time I had less time. So after creating the framework, I would also go for on the internet for value addition. That is there any other research that can
Hmm.
help me support the answer, or is there any research against the premise of the question? So I would do that. Secondly, if people can regularly do this, if they can build that intuition in psychology, they can definitely pick up examples from newspapers every day
Hmm.
and probably store them in like one, they can have a small notebook or have an online note, whatever works for them. And thirdly, I think some Telegram channels help. You had compiled, there were 2 psychology enrichment material that you provided. So I did also pick up a couple of examples from those materials.
Okay, great. Okay, so Anushta, I think I have taken all the questions which I have collected from the students, from our students, and I think we have discussed all the things: paper 1, paper 2, research method, answer writing, etc. Any other message which you want to give to the students who have just started their preparation, and like there are some students who still got confused whether to choose psychology option or not. They find it very interesting because it is very interesting. We read
Yes.
about intelligence, thinking, and various other things, but still they hesitate to take this optional. They think that there are not enough students getting selected from this optional. They are not getting enough marks. But now I think they will get motivated because you have secured a good rank and good marks. So any message you want to give them from your side?
Sir, I think I would like to agree to the first fact is that psychology is relatively tougher than other optionals. Why?
Mhm.
Because there is relatively less material online and mentorship and courses. But again, these things are increasing. Like I discovered your channel. There are
Mhm.
some other Telegram channels, I think also. I don't remember the name as such. And then there is Chrome IS, they have psychology courses. So these kind of support groups are emerging, and they are helping in psychology strategy and study. But I would clearly like to say to everyone that you would need to put in effort. It will be difficult and you would need to put in effort. But if you
Mhm.
are able to identify the right strategy, it will be a smoother ride than a very grueling or a tiring ride. I mean, I would take like one more minute to say that
Sure.
um, it was also frustrating for me.
Mhm.
There were a couple of times where I also thought that, is it right? It is interesting, no doubt psychology is interesting. I never got
Mhm.
bored of psychology. But
Uh-huh.
the process of looking for material, for making notes,
Mhm.
and what is the right thing to do so that I can score good, like that kind of, to come up with that kind of strategy. So that was a bit difficult to figure out. But I think I have realized that there are channels, there are support groups which are emerging, and students need to put in effort themselves, have to focus on value addition, but they can do
Mhm.
this. I mean, it is doable.
Okay, great. So it's been a very roller coaster ride for you. I have also seen your blog, how you defined your journey for the psychology optional. Okay, so I think we have done with all the questions. If any student is remaining with their question, then they can ask with Anushta directly on her channel, or they can connect to me. Uh, Anushta has also described or has also explained all the strategy related to paper 1, paper 2, research method, test series, which test series she joined, which strategy she adopted in her blog in a very lucid manner. You can also watch this. So Anushka, thank you very much for having so much clarity regarding this option, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And thank you very much for joining this session.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here, and thanks a lot for your wishes.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you.